Hello everyone, welcome back to E20 Zone TV. Good morning. It is currently 2:45 in the morning. I can't sleep. I've been out and I thought I'd do this video for like a morning video for everyone. Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV, hit notification bell and all that malarkey. Before I get started, I've had a half of Nottingham in my comment section. Listen, Nottingham Forest done very, very well the other day. They deserve to win. They're a decent side, but this is more on the West Ham front for me. And West Ham at present are a pile of shite at the minute. Yeah, we really are. So listen, stop getting out your pram, Forest fans. You done good. Yeah, you deserve your W, but this is more anger towards our owner and our manager slash head coach currently right now. Yesterday was a disaster, complete and utter disaster from start to finish, and my anger showed on the Afterfall. I watched the Afterfall back, as I do. I like to see what I've said and how I can improve to a point. And I'm going to be honest, I feel flat with the whole situation at West Ham right now. Yeah, I don't see what the long-term future is of West Ham. I don't see where we're going. I don't see what the ambition is. I don't see nothing if I'm speaking on this truth. And yesterday, the self-destruction that we keep doing in recent history is so bad. Yeah, I can understand it if this was a manager who'd been here for a few years and basically the players have had enough of him to a point. But it feels like this manager's been here a few months and the players have had enough of him already. Edson Alvarez, for me, is a walking liability at the minute. I'm going to be real. It's two sendings off now this season. One against Liverpool in the League Cup. Yet again, another one against Nottingham Forest. He's out next week in a game where we need a win. And I feel so flat with it. I really do. I don't understand what Lopetegui was trying to do yesterday. I really don't. I look at the situation currently right now and it just puzzles me. I done a space last night, spoke to someone. They said, Jay, let's be real. Did we look like scoring in that first half? And the answer to that is no. There was no urgency of looking to score. That was a containing job. Let's contain Forest for the first 45 minutes, second half. Let's try and see if we can nick a result. That's not the way. That's not what West Ham are, I'm afraid. Like, it really ain't. And it's not what we're trying to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I can accept losing as a West Ham fan. I've seen West Ham lose many, many times over the years. I can accept that as a fan. But there's losing and there's ways of losing. And the way we've been losing games is borderline a joke to a point. Even Manchester United last week, we got so much run go with us. The penalty, the missed opportunities, like there was so much that went for us that weekend for us to get a result. I am deeply concerned, yeah, and we are in a bit of a no-win situation currently right now. And when I say no-win situation, we are damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. Lopetegui is a problem. He's a man that basically has no idea of his starting 11, doesn't know his best system. He's trying to play players into positions that don't fit. He had Aaron Wan-Bissaka playing as an inverted fullback. He's got Debo playing as a central midfield player the other day. It's just a mess. It's just a complete mess. And on the other side of it, you've got the owner who, if he decides to pull the trigger, we could end up with Rafa Benitez. And that is no lie. So we are up shit's creek without one's paddle at the minute, big time. Yeah, and I don't know what the best solution is. Lopetegui's not the guy. He's not the guy. And I get the argument where people are turning around and basically saying, well, if we get rid of him, Jay, do you trust Sullivan to do the right thing? And the answer to that is no, I don't, because Sullivan does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, and he does not care about anyone else to a point. So I'm a bit lost. I'm a bit lost, like many fans. Now, I floated around the scene uh, over the last few hours, and I'll be straight. I listened to a few people's opinions on it, and I think everyone's starting to pull in the same direction and say this is just not right. I don't know how Lopetegui got the job at West Ham. Yeah, but all I know is that I knew he was on his way, and for me, it it just feels like West Ham have just gone back in time. Like before David Moyes, this is Pellegrini all over again. Do you know what I'm saying? Some of these players maybe are throwing him under the bus to a point, but you set up an away at Nottingham Forest, and don't get me wrong, Nottingham Forest are a decent side, but I can accept losing against them if we ever go. Yeah, but the moment we kicked off yesterday, it was done. Like we was never going to get anything out of that game. Do you know what I'm saying? And all it's about control, wanting to control games and all that. West Ham can't control the ball long enough to control a game. Do you know what I mean? They simply can't. And we're asking players to play a way which it's going to take years to develop that. And it just, for me, it's a dangerous game we're playing here. We really are. Now, what do you do in this situation? Yeah. As I say, you've got a manager there that is pretty shite, if I'm being honest. Is he going to benefit us long term? The answer to that is no, he ain't. And then you've got an owner who basically always does things on the cheap option. So we're going to have to suffer this either way. Now, for how long we suffer it, I don't know. But honestly, I have come to the end of my tether, yeah, with this sort of West Ham hierarchy, yeah, to say the least. I do blame a lot of this on Sullivan. I really do. And I look at him and he's the problem of the whole situation. Like you could have changed all this in the summer. You could have went out and you could have really pinpointed a young up and coming manager and took a chance on him. Yeah. Shown a bit of ambition, shown a bit of a long term vision to a point and said, right, this is what the long term vision is at West Ham. This is where we're going. I've said it on Spaces, I've said it on here, and I'll say it again. For me, West Ham have gambled on Lopetegui. They've took the punt and said, right, this geezer's got the CV. He's done it at other clubs. He's won trophies at other clubs. He's the guy to get us back into Europe. Yeah. And I think it's an absolute joke, really. Like, absolute joke that you've pinned your hopes and dreams on a geezer whose words are getting lost in translation. Yeah. Nothing seems to be working at all. We are blagging results to a point. We simply are. We're getting away with complete murder. When I look at the results that we've got this season so far, Manchester United was luck. Forest yesterday was just a shambles. I look at the defeat at Spurs, and that still kills. That still kills. That still hurts, right? And now I look at the points that we've gained to a point. Yeah, Fulham, absolute blessed to get a point there. Brentford, 25 minutes, a half hour spell in the second half. Yeah, we get a point. Crystal Palace, for 60 minutes of that game, we was not good. Do you know what I'm saying? And his bench, he keeps relying on his bench to get him out of stuck all the time. The problem I have with Lopetegui, to round this video up, the main problem I've got is that I just want you to sort of know how to grind the result out if it ain't going right. Now, what are you setting up for? Right, do you know what I'm saying? As I say, that set up at Forest yesterday just did not make no sense. And I think as a supporter, and I can't speak for every West Ham fan on the planet, I can't. Yeah, but I can only speak for myself. If West Ham would have went out, had a go, and we'd have lost 3-0, but we was making chances and basically throwing the kitchen sink at Forest, and they would have done us on the break a few times, I can accept that. Won't like the result, but I can accept it to a point. What I can't accept is setting up in a 5-3-2, yeah, in a way that you know that you're going to be defending more than attacking, and you've only got three attack-minded players on the pitch. That to me, I can't accept. Yeah, that's ancient football. This long ball, like this crossfield pass or crossfield like sort of play that West Ham play at the back, Kilman to Debo. Teams figure that out straight away. They pinpoint the winger and they just isolate the wing on his own and make sure that they can stop that coming through. We are an absolute mess at the minute. Absolute mess. And for me, I fear I fear the next few months. I really do. Not only the next few months, I actually fear the next three games to a point. Everton, Newcastle away after the international break on a Monday night, and then Arsenal on the Saturday night at 5:30 at the end of November. I I am nervous because people seem to think West Ham won't go down. There's three worse teams than us. But what they've got to understand is West Ham's never too good not to go down. Simple as that. And I maybe I've tried to convince myself to a point, or maybe I've turned around and gone, you know what, West Ham be fine. But if we carry on going the way we're going, yeah, keep getting man sent off, keep losing their heads, picking up stupid yellow cards, like yet again, Lucas Paqueta. Anyone who was on my betting video the other day on here, Lucas Paqueta 10 to 11 to get booked, absolute certain, like bang on. And it just if I can predict it and I know what's going to happen, then I want to know what they're thinking. I want to know what these players are thinking. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, as I say, finally to the fans, to the supporters, like yesterday must have been so tough being in the city ground and just sitting there and or standing there and just tolerating that shit. I even see something on TikTok, funny enough, and someone was moaning because fans were walking out 20 minutes before the game had finished at 2-0 and 3-0. I'm sorry, mate, but when you get served up shit, you don't want to be there to smell it. And at the minute, we're smelling shit all over the gaff. Do you know what I mean? And we just don't want to see that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't blame them. I don't blame people for walking out. Do you know what I'm saying? It takes a strong man to stand there and just go through that motion. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't believe how bad it's gone. I really can't. I can't believe how bad it's gone in such a short space of time. Now, listen, people are still coming out of it. You got to give him to the end of the season. You got to have a bit of patience. But to them people, I'm going to say it quite calmly. Yeah, when is enough then? Because if we're getting splattered 4-1 at Spurs, 3-0 at Forest, our next three games we've got Everton, Newcastle, Arsenal, and then we've got Leicester after that. We we could get to the Leicester game and we could be in the bottom three. And that is no joke. Like we could easily be in the bottom three. Well, what do you want me to do? Just like go, it don't matter. We've got Mo, we've got Bowen, we've got all these players. Trust me, we went down with one of the best sides in 2003, and I will never forget that. I will never forget being a 15, soon to be 16-year-old kid sitting there devastated that my club had gone down and we was going to lose all our best players. Yeah, I don't want to see that again. Personally, for me, David Sullivan, he could correct this if he wanted to. If he wanted to correct it, he could. He could go right. This is my fault. I have hired this man. This man is not doing it. We're 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 worse. We've spent money and we're worse. Now I've got to correct it. I've got to say, you know what? Enough's enough. time to, you know, hold me hands up. I've got this one wrong, and go out and find a manager or a head coach that can do the job. Now, if that is Tim Steiden's recommendation, then so be it. But even he is walking a thin line at the minute for the amount of shit he's served up in this sort of transfer window in the summer. Do you know what I'm saying? But if he could go out and find or attract a young up and coming manager, yeah, you might get the best out of these players, and you might be able to sort of salvage the season. At the minute, this season's over to a point, and we're just going through the motions. And I can't believe I'm saying that on like the beginning part of November. It's it's clearly unacceptable. It shouldn't be acceptable for people to say, you know what, oh, like we're gonna have to see how it goes. I don't know. Like, listen, Stevie Wonder would see that this is not right. Do you know what I mean? And that man's blind. I'm not blind. A lot of people, other people, are not blind. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not blind to this crap that I'm being served up. Now, there is no entitlement with West Ham, yeah. But one thing that I think we'd all agree on is you want to see the boys give it everything and go down fighting to a point. West Ham are not going down fighting; they're going down with a whimper, mate. Yeah, and it's affecting us all to a point. It's affecting like the fan base. You're seeing it on different platforms. People are starting people are starting to come together for Lopetegui, right, because they don't want him here. And it's a very small minority of people now who basically are trying to like trust the process and give him patience, like give patience to him. I'm sorry, I, I'm very much gone on that. Do you know what I mean? As I say, this is a no-win situation, and we're going to have to suffer some pain. I'm afraid, and it's going to hurt this season. It really is. It's listen. Some things I can accept as a supporter of this club. Yeah, I've accepted quite a lot over the years. I've accepted 2003 going down and losing all our players and being in the championship. I had to accept us losing the playoff final in 2004. Do you know what I'm saying? I had to accept us going down under Avram Grant when David Sullivan first arrived on the scene at West Ham. For me, you've got a core of players there that are really good players. Some of the best players that I've seen at West Ham. Lucas Paqueta, Jared Bowen, Mohamed Kudus. Yeah. Tadibo is a good player. Yeah. Max Kilman, I'm going to be honest, he's a very good player and all. We shouldn't be playing like this. We simply should not be playing this bad, this soon, like this. It simply shouldn't be like that. And you can't sack them all, but you can sack a man who is like trying to do the tactics and the style and all this. The worst thing that ever happened, right, was his style of play discussion. Because for me, as I always say, it's about the W with me. It's about West Ham winning games of football and being the best that they can be. And currently, right now, we are a shower of shit, and it is hard to take. It really is. Um, Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Hit notification bell. Um, yeah, this is hard. This was an hard video to do. It's currently 3:05 in the morning, and I'm just gutted to a point. It's one like every single week that passes, it's getting harder and harder to sort of not follow the side because I always support this club because I love this club to bits. But to try and do the YouTube, and I can understand it with other people saying that they're finding it tough. I really can because it is tough at the minute. It really is tough. No one asked for this. No one asked for this us to fall apart the way we have. And I even asked someone earlier, did you think that this was going to end up like this? And he said, yeah. He said, well, what else are you going to expect with Sullivan in charge? I thought about it and I thought, yeah, you got a point. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough from me. Take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you again in the next one. Keep the faith, Hammers, because that's all we got.
Hype, hype, hype.